Hello and welcome to the update. I'm Heidi Tiltons. The New South Wales ambulance service is tonight mourning one of its own after a Sydney paramedic was stabbed to death outside a McDonald's. The 29-year-old father had been taking a break on an overnight shift when he was allegedly stabbed several times in the stomach. Ambulance Commissioner Dominic Morgan says it's a time of grieving for the victim's family and colleagues.
This is a young man who his father tells me from the age of 5 years old knew that he wanted to be a New South Wales ambulance paramedic. He wanted nothing more than to serve his community.
Jarryd Hayne is back behind bars after his bail was revoked by a Supreme Court judge. The former NRL star was last week found guilty of 2 counts of sexual intercourse without consent and is due to face court sentencing next month. WA's fire and emergency services are continuing to conduct air and land assessments of impacted areas as Cyclone Ilsa continues to track inland as a Category 2. Acting Prime Minister Richard Marles says the full extent of the damage remains to be seen.
The Defence Force are working with NEMA and they're pre-positioned and ready to go. Obviously, we haven't had requests right now, but they're there in case there are requests. But right now, I think all of our thoughts are with those communities.
A leading constitutional lawyer is reiterating warnings of potential litigation if the design of the Indigenous voice to Parliament isn't changed. Experts and First Nations leaders are testifying before a special committee examining the proposed advisory body. Professor Greg Craven has told the hearing the government would be obligated to listen to the voice's advice.
You can't prevent them. You've got to give them enough time. You've got to facilitate that representation in the sense of giving notice. And you probably have to take account of it, which is not mean to agree with it, but it is at least to plug it in.
Hundreds of Coles supermarkets around Australia will start selling products on Uber Eats. The Transport Workers Union has signed contracts with both companies aimed at improving pay and conditions for delivery drivers. And an Australian study has found using potassium as a salt substitute could reduce the risk of a heart attack. The average Aussie consumes 10 grams of salt a day, which is nearly twice the recommended amount. Sport and entertainment are next. In sport, Swimming Australia has been thrown into turmoil just 18 months out from the Paris Olympics. CEO Eugenie Buckley's announced her shock resignation from the role, having spent less than 2 years in the top job. 22-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic has been bundled out of the Monte Carlo Masters, and Aussie Adam Scott has finished 2 under par, 5 shots off the pace after the opening round of the PGA's Heritage Tournament in South Carolina. In entertainment news, actor Matthew McConaghey has revealed Woody Harrelson may be his brother. It comes after his mother posted on social media revealing she met Harrelson's father and spent time with him during a holiday in Florida.
His dad was on furlough at the same time that my mom and dad were in their second divorce. There's possible receipts in places out in West Texas where there might have been a gathering.
Taylor Swift has taken to the stage for the first time since calling it quits with her longtime boyfriend. The singer performing in Tampa, Florida, just days after announcing she and Joe Alwyn had split after 6 years together. And Kylie Jenner's car has been spotted arriving at the home of Timothée Chalamet as rumours swirl around a romance between the two. Word is the makeup mogul and actor have been secretly dating for months. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team, but we'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.